just firstly, there's been an enormous amount of interest in Japan in terms of flow, in terms of products that are facilitating that. But it's also at a point where it's incredibly difficult for international investors to invest in Japan, especially considering the blocks that you have to buy and just having the access to it. So why this in Singapore? What kind of investor are you trying to tap into? Is it the institutional side or the retail side?
Hi, Will. Hi, Tanvir. Thanks for having me on the show. Exactly your point. I think there has been an inordinate amount of interest in Japan, and that was actually one of the motivations that we had of wanting to list this as the first active ETF, also the first AI-powered ETF in Singapore, and also the only Japan-focused ETF listed in Singapore. The motivation we had, like Lion Global Investors, was really this vision of bringing sophisticated investment management products, toolkits, as well as also opening up the Singapore retail investor to the Japanese market, giving them that avenue of perhaps channeling some of that money, away from some of the EM markets that haven't done so well last year and the year before, and just giving them an opportunity other than just the usual, just pure SGX or pure China kind of markets. And I think in terms of sophisticated tool sets that we're trying to bring, this is the first active ETF. It's a new innovation from SGX, but globally actually active ETFs have gotten a lot of interest, and we wanted to bring this to the retail investors in Singapore because it combines the best of both active management and also the cost efficiency and the transparency and simplicity of being listed on the exchange. Yeah.
By them, but just really quickly, in terms of how it works, because you're telling us that it's an active product, you're telling us that it's AI powered, but what does that inherently mean? Because it could be a very good thing, or it could be, we've seen what's happening to the ARC suite of ETFs at the same time. So how's it going to work? What determinations are made in terms of the portfolio allocation within the ETFs? Who decides, how do they decide, and how do you rejig it? Is it based on index?
Sure. So maybe I'll share a little bit about how our AI, the entire process works. So it starts with our proprietary AI models, which also uses proprietary data. We have over 200 data points per stock, right? And then multiply that by over 1,000 companies in our coverage. That's millions of data. And that's 200 data points every day, right? So that's millions of data points that the AI model computes. And then after that, the model comes out with a score, effectively kind of an attractiveness score, very similar to how a human analyst would say, I like this stock, it's a buy, hold, sell, right? And we rank that all, so you're able to rank to quite a degree of detail all 1,000 stocks. Then the next stage is actually we then put it through a portfolio optimization model, and this is where the human judgment comes in. So we do, in that sense, have a reference benchmark that we're trying to beat, and it's the broader Japanese market. So if you think about what returns you could potentially get, you can't avoid that you will have some beta to the Japanese stock market, and the bit that the AI is trying to help on is to produce that alpha on top of it, right? Yeah.